Lesson 8 is focusing on order of operations. And before we can do that, we have to talk a little bit about what exponents mean, because exponents are part of order of operations. So to refresh your memory, exponents is a number that indicates how many times the base is to be used as a factor. So they indicate repeated multiplication. So exponents are the powers. So if I have some examples here to show you, for example, if I'm looking at 2 to the third, two is considered the base. So 2 is the base. And 3 is the exponent or the power. So when I'm looking at this, what this really means, 2 to the third is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. So you're multiplying 2 by itself 3 times because the exponent is 3, which is equivalent to 8. So that's what exponents mean, how many times you multiply a number by itself. So now, with that said, order of operations is the next important thing, and a lot of you have heard of this as PEMDAS. So, to refresh your memory on what these letters stand for, P stands for your parentheses. So that means you're going to always do operations in parentheses first. Then you're going to do operations with exponents. And then multiplication and division, they're in the same priority. So the M stands for multiplication, D stands for division, but you're going to do them in the same priority. So basically what that means is you're going to work left to right with multiplication and division. They go together. Same with adding and subtracting. So adding and subtracting are in the same priority as well, so you're going to work left to right with those. Where everything else, parentheses are always going to come first no matter where the placement is, exponent second, multiplication and division third, adding and subtracting is fourth priority. So let's look at some examples. So for number 1, 4 plus 5 times 2. So PEMDAS, multiplication comes before addition, so that means I'm going to do 4 plus whatever I get when I multiply these. So I'm going to have 10, so then I get 14. Okay, let's look at another one. So I have 4 times 8 minus 2 times 6. Order of operations. Multiplication is going to come before subtracting. So I'm going to do 4 times 8, I get 32, minus 2 times 6, I get 12, and now I can subtract the 32 and the 12. So we get 20. And then some other ones. So I have 5 plus 2 in parentheses 7 minus 1. So for this, as soon as you see parentheses, that's always going to come first. So I'm going to carry everything else, subtract 7 minus 1, we get 6. Then we have multiplication, 2 times 6, so that's going to come next. So we get 12, and then we can add. So we get 17. Another example, so if I have 9 times 2 to the third plus 36 divided by 3 to the third, 3 to the second, minus 8. So parentheses would be our first order. Next is exponents. So we're going to take care of anything with exponents. 2 to the third is 8. Keep everything else. 3 to the second is 9. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division. So we have multiplication up front here. And then we have division. So let me underline this. So I'm doing this, and then I'm going to do my division. So 36 divided by 9, we get 4, and then the minus 8 is going to come last. So now if you look at what's left, we have subtraction and addition, and those are both in the same priority. So to decide on the order between these, you're going to work left to right. So the addition is going to come first, and then it's going to be subtraction, just because it's additions on the leftmost side. So we're going to have 72 plus 4, we get 76, and then it'll be minus 8. So 76 minus 8 is going to give me 68. And then one last example here. So 3 plus 2 times 10 minus 3 times 5 minus 2. Okay, so here's an example where we have two sets of parentheses. These square brackets are just representing more parentheses. So when you do something like this, parentheses is the first order of operation. But when I look inside the big bracket, I have another set of parentheses, which means those parentheses are actually going to come first. So this is going to be 10 minus 3 times 3. And then inside of those big parentheses, you still have to follow order of operations, which means you're going to do 10 minus 9 because you have to do multiplication first. And then you're still working inside those big parentheses, so we get 1 when we subtract. And then you're going to do multiplication, and then you're going to finally add. So you get 5. Okay, so that's it for that. And you can always remember with order of operation, even though you're not allowed to use a calculator on your first test, you can always check for homework. You can always check your answers using a calculator. Your calculator will always spit out the correct order of operations.